Hi everyone, I hope you're keeping well. Welcome back to the channel. Just going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to take you down to the seafront where I actually live. Go for a walk. It's something I occasionally do when I'm working from home, is go down the seafront. Just have a walk, get some air in the lungs. It takes me away from the computer. I've got to drop some stuff off at my lockup. Got to get some fuel for the car because it's sucking up fumes at the moment. And then we'll go for a quick walk along the seafront and have a chat, if that's all okay with you. So see you in a minute. Well, looks like we've chosen a good day for it. Sunny but cold. Looks like we've got a high tide. May not be aware, but Southend-on-Sea has got the longest leisure pier in the world, and that white building you can see in the distance, that is the actual end of the pier. It's just over a mile long. It's got a lifeboat on there, there's restaurants, amusement arcade, and that's down there. There is a small train that runs along it as well. We'll do a separate video on it at some time, but basically Southend-on-Sea is broken up into 5, I'd imagine they were separate towns at one point, but they're like boroughs now, so at the very far end of the estuary, which again, if you didn't realise, Southend-on-Sea is at the mouth of the Thames estuary. You've got Shoebury-Ness, then Port Bay, then Southend-on-Sea, Westcliff-on-Sea, and then Lee-on-Sea, and Lee-on-Sea is at that end. On the other side of the estuary you've got Kent, and that is the Isle of Sheppey, just to put it into context, and goes all the way across. So yeah, so this is the mouth of the Thames where the estuary comes down out of the Thames and into the sea. So this is something I do occasionally when the weather's not too bad. As I say, it's very bright today, but it's very cold. So it just gives me a break away from the computer screen gives me some exercise, get some fresh air. It's a little busier than normal today because I forgot that it's actual half term, so there's quite a few children off school now, so parents take the time off as well. So yeah, it just gives me a break. So yeah, so I just thought I'd have a little chat today. Some of you probably saw my previous video where I've launched a new website, Freddie Thomas Clothing. But what I wanted to touch on today was about getting old. I'm 66 years old now, and something that is always stuck in my memory is of my mother. She passed away in 2016. Obviously traumatic times, very sad for everybody, but she was 93, so she'd had a good innings, and to be honest, it's probably something that you expect when someone gets to that sort of age, and she done exceptionally well. But one thing she always used to say to me was, it's no fun getting old. And that has always stuck with me, and it wasn't the fact that she wasn't enjoying life, she was living comfortably, but what she meant by that was that she was always a very active person. She was always mobile. In fact, when we used to go out, I mean, she was only like 5'4" or 5'5", tiny little woman, but speed, she used to walk out, I couldn't keep up with her, and I'm 6 foot, so I've got fairly long legs, and I couldn't keep up with her. And yeah, what she used to say was, yeah, like you know, it's no fun getting old. And what she meant by that was that she started getting aches and pains, and she couldn't get about as much as she'd like to. And in all honesty, the last 3 to 4 years of her life wasn't great, to be honest with you. She got something called polymyalgia, which affects the joints, very painful joint problem. It stopped her from doing a lot of things, and come with that she had rheumatism as well. So what she meant by that was that she was getting frail, things started to hurt in her body, and she wasn't enjoying it as much as she would have liked to have done, because you know, when you're in your 80s and 90s and you've had such an active life, and all of a sudden it's taken away from you, and her decline was quite quick. It wasn't as if it happened over a long period of time. It sort of happened in a short space of time, so it came even harder for her, and it came hard for us as well, because it's very upsetting to see someone that's been active all their life suddenly can't do the things they wanted to do. And I think it disappointed her and upset her that she couldn't do things with the grandchildren, couldn't do things with us that she used to be able to do. But we looked after her. She was well taken care of. We used to take her out and what have you. But yeah, and that's what she meant by that. And now I'm at the age of 66, I can fully appreciate what she meant. Now I hope you can hear me, because obviously the wind's now picked up as well. So around about 2017, I decided to change my lifestyle to how it was. Never an active, well, that's not true. I was an active person, but not to the extent that I should have been. I never ate particularly well. I used to like a drink like most people do. So I decided to change my lifestyle. I didn't go on a diet, but I changed my diet. Started eating more healthily, cutting out fatty foods, cut down on my bread, cut down on my potatoes. Never stopped eating sort of greasy food, not stopped eating it, but scaled it right back. I started doing light exercise, which was very beneficial to me. Started doing yoga, started making myself and my wife a smoothie in the morning, which contained various all natural ingredients, you know, fruit and things like that, cold milled seed, and really got into shape, and it was quite a good period in my life to have done it. My father, he suffered with his heart all his life, so it was good that I made this change as well. And when COVID came, it was almost as if I was prepared for it. I was healthy, I was having my vitamins, and yeah, I mean, got COVID. I've had COVID, I think, probably 3 times now, but I always feel that I didn't get it as bad as I think I could have done if I hadn't have been healthier than I was. If I had been the same old me, then there's quite the possibility that I would have been a lot more ill with it. That's my thoughts anyway. I may be completely wrong, but yeah, had it 3 times. I've had it quite mild all 3 times. So I feel quite fortunate in that way, and I think it's just down to my lifestyle. And I would certainly suggest that if anybody is in a position where they're getting on in years, then it may be a good time now to look at your lifestyle. I've always been of the opinion that at some time we all die. It's just the natural progression of life, but it's how you die. I don't want to be one of these people that finds themselves, maybe if I'm fortunate enough to get to my 70s and 80s, that I'm still quite active, reasonably fit. I've been very fortunate with my health over the years. I've had no serious illness. I've had some minor operations, but they were more remedial things rather than health issues. So yeah, I feel very fortunate, and I would highly recommend to anybody that may feel that they are struggling, not coping, maybe a little overweight, it affects your knees, it affects your hips, is to take it upon yourself and invest in yourself. So that's my little reflection for the day. I actually feel quite good talking about it, to be honest with you. It's not something I really do that often, but it is now getting quite cold, so I'm going to head back to the car. It's so beautiful sunshine, but it's bloody cold. So thanks for watching, really appreciate it. And if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. See you again soon.